Welcome, everybody, to episode number 342 of the OMG Hour. We are your offhanded Mercurial Goobers, and I am Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion Tane.
And I am Tico, Mr. Second Place.
How do you feel about being a goober?
It
is what it is.
I mean, is it like the peanuts, or is it like the candy, or is it like, like an idiot? I don't know which kind of goober we are.
Well, you see, the actual definition of a goober is someone in technology, like an IT guy.
Who goobs?
I guess he goobs. I don't know.
Well, I think that's been co-opted because that's what they used to call what's his name on the Andy Griffith show. He was
a goober.
Yeah, that was clearly before technology of that sort existed. So.
Hello, Brian. Thanks for jumping on so quickly, right at the beginning of the show. Look at that.
Wow.
So we've got a few games to talk about. I want to get through games fairly quickly today because last week we did a lot of gaming and had little time for television. But this week there's a lot of TV news, mostly because we're now entering like the fall season, the whole bunch of new stuff coming. A lot more
shows abound. It's that September, October. New series, new shows. By the end of October, most will have been canceled by Fox.
Yeah, but we have lots more information about shows that we enjoy watching, so there make some exciting announcements this week. But let's start with gaming. I actually went last week with Area. We went to a cubing competition here in Waterloo. It was a Battle of Waterloo, and it was a one-day cubing competition. So we decided to go. We didn't participate, but we wanted to go and kind of see what it was all about, and just watch some of these people doing the speed cubing. And it was fascinating. Like, we spent a couple of hours there in the afternoon. It was so much fun. And I picked up while I was there a 4x4 cube. So I've been working on 3x3, so now I've got a 4x4 that I am successfully solving as well. So that's a lot of fun. I'm expanding my horizons into 4x4, and I'm going to be putting in an order very soon for what's called a Mega Minx, and that is a 12-sided. I don't even know what the shape would be called. A 12-sided sphere shape. I don't even know what the name of that.
So I'm going to get into this too. I'm going to start with a 1x1.
Excellent.
Cube,
good.
Which is basically just a dice, right? Like, it's solved immediately when you have it.
There is 2x2, Tico.
No. I want a 1x1.
No, you can start with a 2x2.
No, 1x1, and I think I might be able to handle that. Just a cube already solved, and I can feel good about myself out of the box.
I do have a 2x2. I don't have it on my desk right here, but
yeah, like how does that work? 2x2? Wouldn't it be?
It's 4 cubes and 4. It's basically 8 cubes. You can they twist left and right and up and down, top and bottom. I mean, they're not super hard. Like the world record.
I should hope not.
The world record for solving a 2x2 is 0.91 seconds. 0.91 seconds.
It's still going to take me a week.
Right? Imagine just picking up the cube, start the timer, boop, done. What just happened? Oh, anyway. So that was exciting. Area and I really enjoyed going to the cubing competition. So I don't know. Maybe next year I'll compete. I'll do a 3x3 competition, or maybe do 4x4.
Blindfolded. On one leg.
I cannot understand the people who do blindfolded solves. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they do it.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. There's a pattern, and you're just doing the pattern.
No, it isn't. It isn't a pattern. You have to know where every cube is, right? Because it's a random scramble.
Oh. Well,
it's not like you can apply the same pattern to every cube and just do it.
It's okay. Listen, I don't know how it's done in the first place, let alone blindfolded.
Literally, by the fact you said it's just a pattern.
I have no idea. My competition entering date is 21/86.
I could teach you how to do this if you are interested, Tico. I will teach you how to solve.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
we're probably gonna have some time on October the 5th for which to do this.
You think?
So let's film this.
All right, Tico. Look, I have a cube right here. I'm calling this yours.
All right.
This is your cube right here.
All right, we're going to film this Me attempting to do this, and we will see.
Oh, we're gonna film you learning it?
Yes, yeah, we'll do that.
No,
we'll do
that would take way too long. It's learning. Learning takes time.
It'll be an 18-part
series
that we do, 6 hours per.
No,
it's like it's like a documentary.
Brian doesn't want to see that.
Brian does want to see that.
Absolutely does. Documentary. We'll see if Netflix will air it.
Yeah.
Tico,
all of Brian's bandwidth will have gone towards watching that one episode of me trying to.
Tico learns to solve.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk games. I've been playing Borderlands 3. Finally, I was able to jump into Borderlands 3, and I am not. I'm not fully sure I'm thoroughly enjoying this game yet. I mean, yes, it's Borderlands. I mean, I've played Borderlands. I've played all of them. I've never finished one. But I'm actually having a lot of issues with, like, even early in the game. I'm like level 8, I think. And I'm finding, like, I'm not getting any weapons beyond the ones I started with that are better than the ones I started with. I'm like, well, it's supposed to be a loot shooter, right? You're supposed to be able to get all this amazing loot and just keep upgrading and upgrading. And I'm like, where are the better guns? I'm not getting anything better.
You started with the whatever deluxe edition, so you started with some legendary items, correct?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. No, my weapons are not legendary weapons at all.
All right. So what you're going to want to do when you go in next is open up, go into hit whatever your PlayStation button is for pause.
Yeah.
Start. Go into social.
Okay.
Move across to mail.
Oh, is there stuff there waiting for me?
There's a bunch of stuff waiting for you.
Oh my gosh! Seriously?
Yeah, it's a bunch of like legendary, like some skins and some weapons and stuff like that for you to get you started.
Oh, see.
And those will last you probably your first 10 levels or so.
And are they good?
They're decent. I mean,
I've been getting garbage shotguns that I hate.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on what you like. I'm not a fan of the shotguns in this game because,
me neither.
Because you take so much damage. You're running like a shotgun's great for like a close quarters battle of some sort.
Exactly, not from distance.
Like sniper rifles, again, not great in this thing because there's so many things happening at once and there's so much movement. It's not like you're like stealthing through anything.
Right.
I like the assault rifles, the SMGs, and the pistols. And
yes.
I found a pistol that I really like. It packs a really nice punch to it. And I've been using that for about the last 5 or 6 levels. I think I'm around level 15 right now.
I also haven't found any weapons that have alternate modes.
Oh, I've had a bunch, and a bunch of your legendaries will have that too.
All right. Well, I mean, I had the weapon the game starts with, and then I very quickly got something better than that, and since then I've been, I'm leveling up, but my guns aren't. And I'm like, why am I getting garbage weapons? Like even the weapons that are higher level than me, are garbage compared to the ones I've got. And yet the ones I got are not very good.
They do need to work on their loot dropping. I mean, I find that like, oh man, that one's way better. Oh, but it's a shotgun. Or,
right.
It's like, oh, that one there's so much better than it's a rocket launcher.
It's stuff you can't just use, right?
Yeah.
Like, cause I want like a machine gun. I want something that has rapid fire that would just be fun to mow down these guys, right?
Yeah, you need an assault rifle or an SMG.
So I'm struggling with like, a gun that just pop, and then you have to wait, and then pop, and then it's like 4 bullets later, and I'm recharging. I'm like, well, I didn't, and you know what I'm finding? Even on the low, I'm not playing on hard level by any means.
Yeah.
But these enemies are bullet sponges.
Yeah, I've noticed. Or it's either they're bullet sponges or there's so many of them. Like, okay, great, like 3 shots to take down a guy. Okay, I get it. That's fine.
But there's 20 guys.
But there's 20 guys, and you like. What I'm finding that is not necessarily because I found weapons that I don't mind, that I've been enjoying using, but I'm finding that ammo is far too
scarce. Yes. I found that too.
I'm not seeing a ton of weapon drops, like you're saying. I am not seeing a ton of weapon drops. I mean, there's a few chests and stuff like that here and there.
But rarely do the chests even have weapons. Mostly the chests are ammo and health.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of that. And I mean, it's okay. I'm enjoying getting used to using my character and stuff. Who did you choose, by the way?
The Siren. I always play Siren.
Oh, right. That's right. That's
Amara.
Right. Yeah, so I'm the Beastmaster, so I've got that extra little thing, that pet, and then plus there's a few other little perks that they've got.
Borderlands 2 is the only one after it launched. Is the one I switched away from Siren and became the Technomancer.
Right.
Right, which she was awesome with the
Gauge. Yeah.
Gauge. Yeah, is that right? Gauge.
Technomancer.
Yeah. I loved the Technomancer. I almost took the. Is she a Technomancer in this as well? The other, she has a big mech, right?
It's like a robot bear or something like that.
Suit. It's almost like Diva from Overwatch.
Yeah,
right. This is her super. She gets in this mech and just mows things down.
Yeah.
So
I have not tried any of the other characters yet. I do actually want to do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting not choosing the Technomancer in this game, or if that's what she's called. I'm not sure. Because the Siren powers, I don't think are great. She just shoots this projection, right? Lilith's power in the first one was amazing. The phase walk,
yeah,
was awesome. And I can't remember what was the Siren's power in Borderlands 2.
Maya.
Yeah, I can't remember what she did.
I've stuck with one, and I haven't played through these games with multiple different.
But she was good too, and it's just like Amara's Siren power, I just don't think is exciting. You know,
you may see it be one of those things where it gets better as you progress and build your skill trees too.
Maybe. I loved Lilith's phase walk because you become invisible, you can move super fast, and then you could go into a bunch of guys, and when she re-enters from her phase walk, she explodes. Right? Yeah. It explodes the guys all around her, which I thought was awesome, right? It makes you feel powerful. Amara's power doesn't make you feel powerful. It just shoots this projection and most times doesn't even kill the guys it goes through. So I'm thinking, well then what was the point of that? You know, it's not like this big destructive force, which I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, I'm not feeling, and I don't know why I want to feel that way, but I want to feel, when I'm walking into a room with like 40 guys, I want to feel ridiculously overpowered.
Agreed.
Like, this is a cartoon superhero type game, and I want to walk in there. It's like, oh, there's all these bad guys. I don't want this to be like, oh, there's too many guys. I got to back up and start picking them off one at a time. I want to walk in there and go, you know what? I'm just going to absorb this damage and, you know.
I want to feel, yeah, exactly. You want to feel like the badass. Yeah. Which is what Borderlands has usually been about. I mean, save for like the boss battles and stuff, sure.
Yeah.
But your typical grunts, you know, you should feel like you're way stronger than they are. And right now, I don't.
You're against the regular grunts, you shouldn't need to check your health bar at all.
Right.
And that's what it's like. I'm fine. It's like, and I don't check my health bar. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm down. And then
yeah, exactly.
And then I got to kill somebody. It's like, oh, now all the bad guys are gone.
I mean, even the freaking skags at the beginning of the game are tough.
Yeah. There's some. I guess some. I mean, it's not that it's bad. I'm still enjoying it, and I'm not dying that often, and it does reset you pretty close to.
No, I guess we are talking down on it, but I mean, yes, it's not a bad game. I'd say I'm a little disappointed in how it feels based on previous Borderlands.
Yeah, I would like to be able to sort of have the option to sort of like pick and choose my loadout early for this sort of thing, and then have it sort of remember, hey, this guy likes, you know, handguns and SMGs, and stop, and it would then, you know, the game would then smartly remember that I don't need you to drop 400 rocket launchers for me.
Right.
That I'm never going to use, and that I'm going to sit there in my inventory until I can sell them.
Yep.
That's what I would like, was like, hey, like, this is my loadout, like, this is a type of thing. They have some sort of tutorial thing where it sort of gives you that early thought process, and then it starts dropping things smartly for you to actually make it be like, okay, yeah, this actually matters. Yeah. What you're getting.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I
like it. I like a lot of the things. Like, I love the new 3D map.
I have a love-hate relationship with this map. I'm going to be honest with you. I do like the 3D piece of it, but I find it's like, really, you couldn't have given us a better looking map? I guess the idea here is it's part of your your in-game device. So it looks like this really old,
the Echo
like
device.
the Echo. Basically, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at an Echo device, in game.
So,
I get it, but I don't know. There's just something unsatisfying about the map. I mean,
I like the map when you open it up. You can see the 3D, so you can see, hey, this is where the thing I'm looking at is at this level. This is the path to get there.
Yep.
I hate the mini map because I find the mini map is a waste of time because it shows you your objective. And you start walking towards your objective, only to realize then when you look at things like, oh, no, I needed to back up and go around this way.
Go around, yes, exactly.
And take this path to get there, because the mini-map just shows you where your thing is, and so you just instinctively follow the mini-map towards that, but, you get, there's a hill, or...
It'd be nice to have, to say, select this particular location where I'm going, and show me, like, a GPS on the map of how to get there.
Yeah.
That
like some sort of like arrow, like if you like when you're following somebody in this game, it's like, hey, go this way for a little bit. Like when you're indoors, it's like go this way, and then it's like now go this way. Like where it sets up the thing, you walk towards the beacon, and then it changes location once you get to the area where you need to move to.
Exactly.
There's some. I do like it. It looks exactly like all of the other Borderlands, which is fantastic. I love that continuity to the art style.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, you're thinking. Yeah, it looks just like Borderlands, but it's like, okay, it's 4K Borderlands, but Borderlands is such a cartoon to begin with, it doesn't look like a current-gen game, because Borderlands is Borderlands,
and I'm having fun with the humor, too. Like, my character is a Beastmaster, so he is basically a robot Beastmaster, so he has that sort of no emotion sort of... tone to it, but like he's stuff like his pet will go and he's like, oh no, don't roll in that, stuff like that, and it's fun. I enjoy that, but like there's also parts too where like I'm in the middle of a city and I'm getting attacked by like a psycho. I'm like, why is this guy in the city? Like it seems like some of the enemies are in areas where they would not normally be.
I'm looking forward to crossplay so that we can actually play together, because that is coming.
That is coming. Okay, well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, so...
Maybe I'll start a new character.
So, you started a new game this week.
I did.
You started 2 new games this week. Which one would you like to talk about first?
Let's go with Dark Pictures Anthology Man of
Medan.
Eden. So I did start this. I know you've played this already as well, have you?
I haven't started because I'm waiting for Area and I play this together. We loved Until Dawn. Of course, this is by Supermassive. They did Until Dawn. This is very much like an Until Dawn game. So I'm waiting for Area because I want to play through the whole thing with her.
Yeah, really enjoyed this. I've played through, so there's a prologue section, which where you start off as a soldier on a ship, World War II-esque ship, and I'm guessing...
So the video that we're seeing right now is the prologue, so there's no spoilers here?
This is just prologue, and this is one story that I've picked up, and it feels like it's like telling different stories that are all going to come together at one point.
Neat.
So this is,
okay.
So you finish this, and then you get to this old guy, and I can't remember the actor's name. I've seen him in stuff before. Who they've used for this thing, and he's like, telling you, it's like, oh, this is about, this is what's going on, and then here's another story, and you go on, and they're all going to be tied together at some point.
Right. Well, that's how the multiplayer works in this. You can actually play multiplayer online, I think, and split screen, if I'm not mistaken. Very much similar to how A Way Out did it, where you have your own thing, but you can your stories can come together, or A Way Out you work together, but in this. You can actually play another character somewhere else in the game. And our paths may cross, they may not. And yet we're playing multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm playing just a single player right now, so you're controlling and you're bouncing back between characters. This early bit is very creepy. It is sort of World War II, but like in Japan, so like it's sort of a Japanese ghost story sort of to start off.
Okay.
Really creepy. I had like some good jump scares in this too.
Oh yeah.
Like, just early on, some like great jump scares. I really enjoyed it. Then I played the first little bit as well of the next. Well, I played through the first chapter of the next piece, so I've sort of left it at there because this is one of those ones where not something you play as you're not paying attention.
No, you have to pay attention to this, and you have to play it in the dark.
I have done that. I have, well, not dark, but I turned the lights down to play this.
Aria and I will play this in the dark at night, and it'll be creepy, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I absolutely recommend it. It is a fun game for those looking for a story. You're looking to have a story told to you. This is going to absolutely do that well as you unfold the pieces of the story.
But it's also a horror story.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely horror.
Yeah.
This is perfect. This is a Halloween game for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, perfect timing for Halloween. It just came out 2 weeks ago, I think. But I haven't had a chance to jump in yet. I'm waiting for Aria. With her work schedule, it's probably like a weekend thing for us. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. In fact, talking about scary things, Aria and I are going. It was her birthday yesterday. She's 22. Yep. And tomorrow I'm taking her to see It Chapter 2.
Ooh.
So it's been a long time since I've gone to a horror film in the theater. I think like Nightmare on Elm Street might have been one of the last movies I saw in the theater. Maybe Hellraiser, but that was like teenager years. I haven't been since.
We enjoy horror movies as well a lot. We do a lot of it at home, though.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so tell me about this wonderful new game you bought. There must be another Game of the Year contender here.
So this is I'm really kind of hooked on this game. So Farm Together. This came out a while back. It was just on sale with the most recent week sales, and I'm like, why not? This is a farming simulator.
This looks like my time at Porsche.
It does, but it's like there's no quests or anything like that. Like, so there are quests, but there's no like story attached to it by any means. Like you go, you create, you start your farm, you name your farm, you plant your crops, you plant your, you get your livestock, you have to feed it, you have to water it, and then you have to harvest it. And then that's basically what it is. This could so easily have been like one of those types of games, those Farmville games on your phone.
Yeah. It's kind of like what it looks like, right?
I am ridiculously addicted to this. What you're seeing on screen for anybody watching,
for real?
I'm hopping on like because it's like you plant your stuff and it's like, hey, this particular crop will yield in 8 hours real time. And
I hate those games because then if you forget about it, they wither.
No, they don't. Nothing withers.
Oh, okay.
Nothing withers. It just you get credit for it once it's harvested. What you're seeing here is a ridiculous amount of chickens.
Yes.
For those seeing on the screen. So there's an achievement for having a 10 by 10 section of chickens and ducks.
I thought you wanted these chickens because you keep complaining that our opening sequence on the show needs a chicken.
Well, I'm cultivating a chicken army. And I will say this: the chicken eggs are worth a ton when you harvest them. Like you have to toss down some feed every once in a while.
This is one big massive farm. Like, how big is this land?
It started off small, and then as you get money, you can unlock other areas, and you can set it up however you want. You can move things once you've planted them. I've started a lot of what you're seeing here is the result of me going for achievements early on, and that's why everything's so spread out in weird sections, is because I haven't moved stuff together properly. You can also, there's an online component, so you can go into other people's farms, and other people can come into your farms, and you can allow them to harvest stuff for you. And I hopped into somebody else's farm, and they had all of these areas unlocked, and they had one huge section was just nothing but trees. So it was all your apple, a line of apples, a line of pears, a line of lemons, and then and he the whole thing was all sorted out and beautifully laid out. And then I look at mine, I'm like, well, this is garbage compared to that. But I am still on there every few hours, hopping in and okay, I gotta go harvest. I know I had some peas that were coming due.
You are definitely living up to your business card.
Listen,
for those who have not seen Tico's new business card this year that we took to PAX, he is Tico Constum, Chief Button Presser of the OMG Hour. Yes. And you are definitely living up to your name as Chief Button Presser here.
I will listen. I'll agree with that, but Sean, this game is fun.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. This is you think, oh, this is stupid. Why am I doing? This is fun. I'll hop on for 10 minutes, harvest my crops, and then move on.
I mean, it's no different than how much I loved my time at Porsche.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very similar looking game.
It is. It is. And I mean, my time sort of had like some quests and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yonder was another one that had like, similar sort of stuff. But this one here, like,
my time at Porsche had actual missions, but it was all about crafting.
Yeah.
Right, collecting items and then crafting them. So you're just collecting items and then farming them.
It's all like sort of free play open world. Like there are quests where it's like, the quests are, like sometimes they're tied to events. Sometimes it's just like, hey, we need you to harvest like 25 potatoes.
How many monies was this game?
It was like 18 monies.
Wow, that's actually more than I expected. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the 50%. I was like, it's like 35 monies.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it got really good reviews, and so it went down, and I had some credit lying around. And I'm like, I'm gonna press that button, and I did, and I don't regret it. That's the weird thing is I don't regret it.
Oh man, you're crazy.
So sometimes when you're watching TV or something like that, and you're like, I want a game to play. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to take my focus away from the show I'm watching.
Because I don't play games while I'm watching TV. So.
Oh, that's right. That's my ADHD. That's right. Forgot about that. Well, for those who suffer from ADHD, let me tell you, Farm Together is fun.
So we haven't done a 7 degrees of translation lately.
We have not, because we have both been ridiculously lazy in regards to building these things, and we have not put them out there because we get back. Oh man, we got a show. It's Friday already.
I've got a spreadsheet that just translates it for me. I don't know what your problem is.
All right. Well, then you say, hey, do you want to do 7 degrees? And I'm like, and then we do Lone Wolf because of that.
Well, let's do a 7 degrees of translation.
All right.
I will remind you, Tico, that you are sitting at a 57.4% accuracy rate.
All right.
And I have for you 2 games and 1 television show, mixing it up a little here today. No particular theme. My languages are Russian, Latin, Arabic, Hebrew, Danish, Swedish, and English. And for those of you new to the show, we take the name of a movie or game or television show or something, and we translate it 7 times and see what it comes out to. So the first one I'm giving you is one of the video games, and it translated to make a stop. Make a stop.
Make a stop.
If you get this, I will be absolutely amazed.
All right, to make a stop, or to halt, or arrest. And this is a game.
This is a game. It is a
Borderlands.
Is that your guess?
Yes.
No. It is Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Breakpoint.
So somehow it took on the word breakpoint, break, to make a stop, right?
And it's like, yeah, we're not going to use Ghost or Recon in this.
No,
why do we need those words?
It completely dropped Ghost and Recon from it. All right, what's my first one?
All right, so these are all television series.
Television series. Series, as in shows with multiple seasons. Is that what you mean by a series?
Like, that's what I mean by a series. Like TV. They're TV shows.
TV show. All right.
They don't all currently have multiple seasons. I mean, they may have at some point.
I got you. All right. What's the first one? Oh, what are your languages?
All right, my language is Latin, Afrikaans, Esperanto, Japanese, Bosnian, Welsh, and then English.
Excellent. I got it. Excellent.
All right. So
now I can translate backwards. You see, that's how it works.
All right, the first one. In the Black.
Into the Dark?
Correct.
Wow, look at me go.
That was the easy one.
All right, your next one.
You all right?
Also a game.
All right.
Ranch.
Is it Farm Together?
It is Farm Together. Nicely done.
All right. All right. Your next one.
Yes.
Dark Glass.
The Dark Pictures? Oh, no. Black Mirror.
Black Mirror is correct.
I was thinking games there for a second, but no, you said it was television.
Yeah. They're all television. Yeah.
Your last one is is a television show.
All right.
City.
Just City?
City.
City. I don't know. I'm going to go with The Island.
No. Community.
Oh, Community. How would you know? You never get to see that.
Right? Apparently. All right. My final one. I've got 2 out of 3 already.
I know. All right. You Are a Dark Helper.
You Are a Dark Helper.
Yeah.
You Are a Dark... I don't know. You Are a Dark Helper. I don't know. For some reason, I want to say Woo Assassins.
It is not Boo Assassins.
All right. I don't know why. That just came to mind. What is it?
It is Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I wouldn't have got that. I don't know that show.
So I went with the theme of horror anthologies.
Yes, dark.
I mean, Are You Afraid of the Dark is a kid horror anthology, but it's still.
I recognize the title, but it's not something that would have come to mind because I've never watched it.
It's actually getting a reboot as part of one of these new streaming services that is coming up, because everybody's got one now. NBC just announced Peacock.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think that is. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. So why don't we move on to television? But first, before we do television,
oh yeah,
we have to check. We have to check: is Spider-Man in the MCU? Still a nope. Still nope.
It's
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Week after week.
You know, someday, I have heard rumors that Apple is looking to buy Sony Pictures, and if that happens, all Marvel titles revert back to Marvel upon sale.
Yeah,
that is in the agreement that if Sony is ever sold at any time, that agreement is now null and void, and everything reverts back to Marvel. So, yay, Apple! Go ahead, buy them, do it. You can do this.
You can use the Sony Pictures, Apple. You've got a new streaming service yourself.
Exactly. Well, that's why they're looking at buying them.
Yeah,
right? And I'm like, yes, please buy them.
Make it happen.
Even though Sony Pictures president said that they're not for sale, I'm like, you'll be for sale for the right price. If Apple comes along and gives you the right price, you'll sell. Yeah,
I mean, everything's for sale,
right? You're just a man, and if you're offered $1 billion personally, to retire, you'd take it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, so this guy does not make it's a publicly traded company, so it's the shareholders who make these decisions, not this guy.
That is absolutely true. You're absolutely right.
So just buy 51%, and then you do whatever you want.
So I want to go back to last week. I'm going to be honest with you. I was shaking my head at you last week.
I shake my head at myself constantly anyways.
Because you said you watched The Island, and then you started with, well, I watched half an episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you watched half an episode.
Well,
Come on.
I have now watched the entire series.
So have I. So I keep mixing up my wife and my daughter. So now it's Dorothy. I was talking about Area earlier. Larry's on. Hello, Larry. Thanks for joining us. So Dorothy and I sat down. We watched The Island over the course of 2 days. It's only 7 episodes. We watched it.
It's very short.
I thought the show had a really great premise. I thought the first few episodes were really fascinating.
Yeah.
And in fact, I loved everything right up to the final episode. Now, this is a limited series, so it's a one and done show.
Yeah.
Right? The final episode, in my opinion, and I'm not going to spoil anything because it is It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
But the last episode was such an unbelievable letdown.
It felt to me like they were like slated for 14 episodes and then they got canceled after 6 and like go ahead and you have 1 episode to finish is what it felt like.
But it was so unsatisfying, the ending.
It
I
really was.
expected something almost... I expected some big reveal and some big twist, and there was a bit of a reveal, but it was like it was not a shocking reveal. It was
not, and
really
the way they played
poorly
it. Yeah, the way they
ended.
played it in, it did not. I don't know. I did not feel. I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of questions. They sort of started off in a Lost-esque sort of thing, like a lot of questions to be answered and stuff like that, and then it's like. And it felt like in 7 episodes, well, we're only doing these 7 episodes, so let's try to come up with some sort of an answer for all of these. And there was a lot of stuff that there was no answer for.
Well, not only that, but I felt like they really left a bunch of characters just hanging.
Yeah.
Like there was no resolution for certain characters that you wanted to know more about. And you never did. And you...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I really enjoyed it right up to the final episode, and the way they end it, the way they wrap it all up was just bad. I don't know. It was just bad.
Yeah, I that's the same feeling I had on that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the premise. Would actually have liked to have seen this as a longer multi-season sort of thing, drawn out with a better... take that concept and build that storyline.
It would have been too much like Lost, I think, had they done that.
It might have been. I mean, they could have lost. I don't know. They could have done something with it. I think.
I suppose. Yeah, and honestly, because of how it ends, I don't even know if I can recommend people even watch it, because you're not going to be satisfied by the ending at all.
No, you're gonna be left very disappointed by the ending of that. I mean, if you've got nothing better to do with 7 hours of your time,
well, yes.
I mean, go for it. I guess
if you got a Saturday and you just watch the whole thing at once.
Yeah, like you are going to be left going, why?
I wanted more. I think ultimately I wanted more. You know, I wanted. There was some really great like action sequences, but I expected more from that, and then suddenly it just ends. Mm-hmm. It was just literally there was this amazing like bit of an action sequence, and then from that moment over, it was done.
Yeah.
Right. It just ended, and I'm like, whoa, okay, whatever. And while we're on the topic of things I didn't enjoy, Woo Assassins, another show on Netflix. Dorothy and I watched the first episode. And I found it really hard to follow, very confusing. Right. Like just the number of characters they're wanting to throw at you all at once with no history. It made some of the stuff they were trying to do made no sense to me. It's like, who are these people and why should I care about them?
All right, so there's the chef, and there's the Yakuza. And then he gets the power of the Wu Assassins from some random person that we also didn't learn who they were.
Right, and then, exactly. Oh my gosh, and talk about terrible acting.
Yeah, and then
that girl who gives him the power of the Wu Assassins, oh my gosh, what a terrible actress.
There's some bad stuff out there. And then the funny thing is that he's a chef. He's a chef. So he's a chef, like that's the main character is a chef, but he gets the Wu Assassin's power. But the guy who he shows up as when he's the Wu Assassin is the chairman on Iron Chef.
Oh yes, that's why I recognized him.
Yeah, and he was the bad guy on Hawaii Five-0 for a a bit at the beginning of that too. But
he's
the chairman of Iron Chef. So I mean, this is just a really long drawn out application process to be on Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. I was not impressed with the first episode. I will not watch more. Dorothy and I watched the first episode and like, okay, I don't know what that was. That was confusing, and I'm not going to watch more. There was nothing fascinating about it.
You will watch more, Sean.
I will
at some point.
Not of that show.
No, probably not.
I will watch more shows, but not that one. Speaking of other shows, I want to watch a new show. Criminal just came on Netflix today, I think.
Today?
Criminal, the UK. and
Criminal.
or United Kingdom, and it's a 3-episode show, but I think it's a whole series. They're going to take place in different locations each series.
Okay.
3 episodes. The entire premise of the show takes place in an interrogation room.
Okay.
That's it.
Is it?
It's
How British is it?
I think it just takes place in Britain. This particular one takes place in the United Kingdom. I mean, David Tennant is in the first series. But I don't think it's a British show. I think it's called Criminal United Kingdom.
Criminal United Kingdom.
Yeah. But I don't think it's a British show. I just think the first series takes place in the United Kingdom.
All right. Then I will try it.
But I just noticed it today. I'm looking forward to that. It's a very interesting concept. I remember reading about it a while back.
Okay. That might be an interesting one to check out. I enjoy some good crime shows every once in a while.
Yeah, Dorothy likes crime shows too, and I don't know. I'm fascinated by the idea that the whole thing takes place in the interrogation room and basically the hallway connecting to it. So it's essentially a bottle show. It's a bottle. You know, they always talk about bottle episodes. This is a bottle show. It takes place in one place. So that's kind of cool.
I'll check that out. We'll see. I actually finished off a couple of shows this week. So Carnival Row, which is the new, I think, Amazon Prime.
Yep, with Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne, which is sort of like a supernatural Jack the Ripper type show. First season ended quite interesting. I really enjoyed it. Like, this does solve that arcing story for, I think, the 10 episodes it is, and then sets it up for another season. It really feels a lot like a Once Upon a Time type story building.
A Once Upon a Time / Supernatural.
Yeah.
Or
really liked it.
Yeah.
Dark show, but great acting. Fun show. Really enjoyed it. I think you would really enjoy it a lot as well.
Yeah, I want to check that one out for sure.
And then Altered Carbon, which I started last week, which I know you are not the biggest fan of the style, because it's a Blade Runner-esque sort of sci-fi show, but I really enjoyed how this one ended up.
We watched, that was another show we watched, like the first episode, and Dorothy just couldn't get it. I think it might have been too much sci-fi for Dorothy, so I never continued with it either.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then, like, I started noticing some casting choices too. Like, a lot of there's a lot of actors from Dollhouse who ended up showing up in it.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So it's obviously like same casting director or something like that, because there's quite a few of those guys. But I really enjoyed the way this show sort of where it went to, and the like the end of it. It was like a season like one season thing. It's not expecting another season to happen. I think there is another season coming, but I don't know if it's going to be like an anthology type thing or whatever. But I enjoyed the universe, and I really had fun with the show. It did feel that sort of Blade Runner sort of esque feel to it.
Right.
And then the other thing that we watched, actually, the first episode of season 9 of American Horror Story.
I can't believe that show is at season 9 already.
I know, I was surprised too. And there's been some lackluster seasons in between here, but I've enjoyed for the most part quite a few of the seasons. There's been some that haven't been so good. This season is probably my favorite.
There's only been one episode
so far, and it's already my favorite.
Wow!
Just the concept. When I say my favorite, like my favorite as part of the concept of where the story is. So this season is called 1984.
Let me guess. Spoiler alert! It takes place in 1984.
Did you read up on this?
I must have. I think I must have. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is set in it pays homage to Friday the 13th, Halloween, all of the slasher films of
Freddy Krueger.
All of those the slashers. Freddy's less of a slasher, more of a supernatural.
He's still entity, a slasher. Have you not seen his fingers?
He's a poker.
He's a Wolverine.
He pokes with them though.
Well, true. He does slash people.
He has slashed people.
And he walks across the wall.
Yeah, that's kind of rude, but the opening to this is 100% full on 80s Like
Nice.
it opens up in like not a yoga, like an exercise studio, like aerobic studio, like big hair, like aerobics outfits and everything like
Nice.
that.
Nice.
The music and everything like that is tied to the fashions are all like full on
It's
80s.
full on
My
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, Miami Vice feel to it because it takes place in L.A. And they end up going to a summer camp.
Of course.
So they're in a summer camp, and that's where like there's the killer, the jingler. Is his name.
Now, they're not kids though, right? These are the same actors from all the other seasons.
These are some of the same actors. This show brings back a lot of people. Not everybody's coming back for every single season. The main ones that I've seen that have returned, Emma Roberts, you may know as Julia Roberts' niece.
Yeah, keep going.
Billy Lord,
Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Carrie Fisher's daughter are the two so far that have returned from previous seasons.
Or should I say Lieutenant Connix from Star Wars?
However you would like to do. So far, those are the two that have sort of returned from the. As we go through, they introduce like more people show up and pop in from other, from other seasons. She's like, oh, they were in this season and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was it Matthew Morrison is in this one, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh, really?
From Glee.
From Glee, yeah.
He is playing the athletics director at the camp. But he is playing it as like a complete douchebag. He's got the porn stash and everything like that.
Oh no, are you serious?
Like he came on screen and like Shannon just started laughing. It is
Oh my gosh, really?
It is really well done. It feels so much like an episode like a Friday the 13th movie. Like the tone and everything like that sat well still being its own thing.
Now, can you watch any season of American Horror Story at any time?
Except for season 8. Season 8 was tied to seasons 1, 3, and 5 or something like that.
Really?
They did like season 8. They did a season. I haven't seen season 8 yet, but it was tied into events that happened in other ones, and apparently like the actors are in that season playing themselves in that season, plus playing their characters from the other 3 seasons.
Playing them like their real life self?
No, they're playing their characters from season 8.
Oh, their season 8 character, plus their season 1, 3, and 5 character.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's not confusing.
No, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know where it goes to. There are, if you do want to watch some of these, the first season, Murder House is fantastic. I
have watched, I think, 1, maybe 2 episodes of the first season, and that is it. Are they on Netflix yet?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's move on to, we got a ton of news that happened this week.
All right, let's talk about the news.
And we've only got like 12 minutes left. Because you just won't shut up.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't know if you've seen it or not. I didn't even know this was happening. Apparently there is a Jurassic World 3 being written. I had no idea. I already loved the concept of... So Jurassic World 2 was essentially the setup for Jurassic World 3, which I was not a huge fan of the second movie. I enjoyed it, but overall, I don't think it was that strong. But Jurassic World 3 actually takes place a few years later in a world where people are actually coexisting with dinosaurs. So
like
if you have not seen Jurassic World 2, spoiler alert, dinosaurs get out into the real world. Okay? And so they're out there. It's not that, remember Jurassic Park 2, where they basically solved the issue and they're all taken off the mainland? That didn't happen now. They're actually out there. They've taken off. They're living in the forests or down by the streams, sort of thing.
They are reintegrated into the world.
Reintegrated into the world. There is a short film. It is a prequel film. It's about 8 minutes long that they filmed that feels like an actual scene from Jurassic World 3. It is absolutely fantastic, but it really sets up the world of Jurassic World 3. It takes place in a little campground. There's families with campers. And then in comes this dinosaur just traipsing through. It's not a carnivorous dinosaur. Or which one's, I don't know. It's not a meat eater.
Yeah.
Carnivorous. So it comes in and it's just there. So they have to kind of just be quiet because it's still big enough. It could knock the campers over if it gets scared, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But of course, what happens is a meat eater comes in and attacks it. And there's this massive fight. And I'm going to leave it to you to go watch, but it looks amazing. And based on that 8-minute short, I am so stoked for Jurassic World 3 now. If that is where Jurassic World 3 is going, I am all for it, and I can't wait to see it.
All right, where can we watch this? Is this on YouTube?
I believe it is on YouTube. I'll put a link to it in the show notes because I watched it through Polygon, through the article that I'm linking to, but I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Well done. Really, look up Jurassic World 3 prequel on YouTube. In fact, I'll do a real quick look up now and see if it's there. I watched it the other day, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Jurassic World 3 prequel. Let's see if it is on YouTube. Battle at Big Rock. That's what it's called. A new short film. Okay. So search for Battle at Big Rock. It is at the Jurassic World YouTube channel. So good. Moving on, we got new information about the Black Widow film. That apparently Iron Man will have a cameo in the Black Widow film, but it's not what you think. They actually have unused footage from Civil War that they're going to use in Black Widow, because I thought Black Widow was going to be more like a prequel film for her character, but it's not. It actually takes place between Civil War and Infinity War, or sort of during the course of Civil War is kind of where it starts. You know, where she takes off, she breaks the pact with Tony, right? Yeah, that's kind of where it is, and some of those scenes they had filmed where Tony confronts her about leaving the Avengers, and but those scenes were never used in Civil War, but they're apparently reintegrating them into the Black Widow film. So that's kind of cool. You know, they've got scenes with Robert Downey Jr. without requiring him to come back. So that's kind of neat.
I mean,
and it still cements it,
anyways.
Right? And it still cements it into, you know, that previous world. Here's the weird thing to me, though, is that they're talking about the Infinity War box set, and yet this film feels like it should be part of that because that's when it takes place.
It fits in.
It fits in
the box set. Have the movie, but have a space for it.
For Black Widow, exactly. Just slide it in there right after Civil War. Just slide in Black Widow. Yeah. You know,
just have an empty space. Just have an empty space there for you to be able to do that if you want.
Exactly, because if you think about it, you'll have Civil War, Black Widow, Black Panther. Sure.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be a great marketing thing for them to do. Create that. They sell this now. Now anybody who's bought this box set is going to have a box set that's missing a movie. They're going to have to go out and buy that movie.
Buy Black Widow to put it in there.
And have that movie released in that box-shaped format only at launch.
Yes.
If you don't buy it now, you're going to have to buy one of these weird ones that's not going to fit in with the rest of your stuff.
You're absolutely right. They totally should. Because time-wise, that's when it happens. So why not put it in the box? And it'll be 24 films instead of 23. So
I thought we were already at 24.
20. Oh, was Spider-Man 24?
I don't know. There was 20. There were 24 in the. I know there was 24 films in the current whatever.
Then okay, so I guess that's 25. I don't know. You're probably right. I think you're right. And Endgame was 23. Spider-Man was 24.
Right.
Okay, now NBCUniversal has announced their own streaming service because there's just not enough streaming services out there. Everyone was cutting cable because cable was too much money. Well, now you've got all these streaming services that are going to end up costing more than just cable. It's ridiculous. We've
a
got
little
Apple.
ridiculous.
Apple entering the market. NBC
Yeah.
is now entering the market with their Peacock network. We had CBS All Access come out 2 years ago now. We've got before that you've got HBO. You've got, of course, Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah.
Disney Plus. Like it's ridiculous how many things. But the most important thing, I just lost internet again.
Well,
All right,
there it is.
I'm back.
Back.
I'm back.
You're back.
My
All right.
internet.
Did you mention? Did you give the big news that the
No.
OMG Hour is starting our own streaming service?
No, I didn't. They must have
Oh,
missed it while I dropped out there.
Well, $99.99 a month. All access. It'll be basically Sean and I will both each be wearing like a GoPro and just walking around, and you get to follow our entire lives
All day long.
all day long.
Every now and again, we'll look in the mirror so you know it's us.
Yeah.
Right.
Or attach it to the dog and let it run around the backyard so we think we're getting some exercise.
Perfect. But the biggest news for the Peacock Network was that they're looking at rebooting yet again Battlestar Galactica.
I don't think that needs a reboot.
I don't think so either. I thought the 2005 edition was fantastic. And apparently the reboot's going to be based on that one, not the original.
Like, don't reboot it. Like, do a continuation. Fine. Like, have like the new stories or the continuing stories of the.
It all happened
whatever.
again, and it will all happen. It all happened before, and it will all happen again.
Yeah, like don't like. It's just weird to like. And we're doing this again. Like, I don't want to see that story again. I can just go watch it. I have it on Blu-ray.
Exactly, and it was fantastic.
It was great. I did. You don't.
It maybe didn't. Last season maybe wasn't fantastic, but it was. The show was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's keep this going.
Yeah.
I lost
Saved by the Bell.
I lost
That's
internet for a second. So, but they're also looking at doing a Saved by the Bell and a Punky Brewster reboot as well. Neither show did I ever actually watch, so I don't really care. But I mean,
watched both. I watched both, and I don't care.
Does NBC have enough shows to really carry their own network, though? Enough shows that people care about?
Well, I mean, that was the big thing. Was Seinfeld is going to be the exclusive streaming area for So Seinfeld's going to Netflix.
Now Seinfeld's going to Netflix.
The Office, and Friends are their two big ones that they've pulled from elsewhere.
Yeah, they're pulling them from Netflix. All right, so we've only got a few minutes left. Let's talk the last two items, and this is going to be huge. So, Crisis on Infinite Earths, the new the CW crossover episodes, 5 shows taking place in late December and in early January to finish it off. This thing is going to be epic. They are really bringing in as many people as they possibly can. This thing is going to be epic. Like, it's almost as if the CW took a look at Infinity War and Endgame and said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, like that's all the characters they're putting in a movie.
It. Come on,
that's it. We can
watch what we can do, because now they have got both Tom Welling and Erica Durance to reprise their role as Clark Kent and Lois Lane from Smallville. They are going to be in Crisis. Like, they're tying Smallville into Crisis now. This is amazing. I mean, how many Clark Kents are they going to have now? This is 4 Clark Kents? Or is it just 3 now?
Tom Welling.
Tyler Hoechlin. And Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh. And
I think maybe that's it.
Is that it?
3 Supermen.
That's not enough.
You need another one. You need Dean. Where's Dean Cain?
He's in Supergirl. He's
right, but so
maybe
is
have him show up as Superman as
well.
But
so is Erica Durance. She's in Supergirl too. She plays her mom, her Kryptonian mom. So
they'll have him show up as another Superman. Who else can we get? Who else?
We got Dean. Get Dean Cain and what's her name from? Well, she was Lois on Lois and Clark. What's her name?
You keep yelling. I can't remember.
Come on, what's her name? She was from Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, like that's gonna help me.
Well, I thought that was your favorite show.
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, sure.
And you know what? Some CG Christopher Reeves in there too. Why not?
No, that'd be bad.
Would it though?
No. Maybe you have him fly by. Take a scene from like Superman 2.
Yeah,
and just
that's what I mean.
throw it
like,
in.
Like not CG, but CG
A scene. A scene
a
from
scene,
like Superman 2 or something.
Like have it where something happens where like all of like like the Spider-Verse where like they open up a portal and it's like a whole bunch of Supermans in there and like just have him in the background.
Yeah. Exactly. All right. I think that's it. But the Crisis is going to be I cannot wait for this. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be Crisis.
It is full of crises. Lots of crises is going on. I can't wait. I'm wondering if the entire season of Arrow is going to be the build up to the crossover. I feel like that's where they're going with this season of Arrow. Right? Because at the end of last season, he went off with the Monitor.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be him traveling sort of through time, because they're talking about he's going to meet his daughter in the future. He's going to meet Tommy. Like Tommy's returning. Tommy's dead from season 1. So I'm wondering if the Monitor's going to be traveling him through time, meeting up all these heroes, past and present and future, and gathering them.
Yeah. So, it's got to be like gathering an army or something.
Exactly.
Like
that. To fight the Anti-Monitor. So anyway, I'm excited. That's going to be awesome. I keep waiting now. Now they've got Tom Welling and Erica Durance. Now we just need Justin Hartley to be Green Arrow from Smallville.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
He could be Aquaman too.
Well, not really, because he wasn't really Aquaman. It never happened.
That it existed.
Yeah, but on Smallville there was a different Aqua lad. There was a different Arthur Curry, so they could get him back.
Bring everybody.
Everybody. All right. Well, that is
from Titans in there too.
Oh, dude. Don't even like they totally could, because it's the DC, right? It's the CW.
Yeah.
Or Warner Brothers anyway. Oh, that would be I don't know.
Just
it's too early.
Have Robin show up and call Superman a dick or something like that and then leave.
And then leave. They'll just bleep him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should end the show now. Apologies for the mix up on the losing internet again for some reason. I don't know what's going on the last 2 weeks. It makes no sense. Anyway, thanks for joining, everybody. Don't forget, Extra Life is coming up very soon. Please help me raise $2,000 for the kids. You can donate at bit.ly/extrasean. And I have confirmation that I will have copies of Ghost Recon Breakpoint to give away. So I'm waiting to hear numbers and consoles or systems for that. But, if it's anything like Odyssey last year, I'll have a couple copies per system. Ubisoft is usually really generous with stuff like this. So if you're not on the YouTubes, go check it out at youtube.com/OMGNexus, where you can like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. And you can follow the show on Twitter at the OMG Hour. And I am Zion Tane everywhere, and that is XIANTAYNE.
All right, and I can be followed at Mr. Second Place.
But that's it. That's all you have to say. Last week, I think that's all you had to say.
Well, listen.
You're a man
algorithm.
of few words.
Listen, I talked earlier a lot, and then you said I talked too much, so now that's all you get.
Well, then that's it. The show's
Plus
over.
The stuff I just said now.
Right. The show's over. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.